Hi, amazing students, parents, and teachers. Back when I was in grade 4, I had this amazing teacher. His name was Jock Fella, and he actually would let me do a lot of science and a lot of experiments, and he taught me that science is everywhere. Today, in this video, I'm going to hopefully show you how science is everywhere. Let's learn, share, and teach. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, if this is the first time you're here, my name is Mr.K and I am a primary school, elementary school teacher and a proud parent. Now, I've geared my channel towards helping and supporting students, parents and teachers towards improving their learning, sharing and teaching to get the best student outcomes possible. Now, if this sounds like something you'll be interested in, please do me a favor and click the subscribe button down below. That would be much appreciated. Excellent. Okay, well, let's get into today's video, which is all about how you can find science in some of the most mundane activities. And today's activity is making scones, and more specifically, the science we'll be looking at will be states of matter. Excellent. So first of all, what is matter? Well, matter is everywhere. Everywhere, everything, everywhere. Everything is made of matter. My hair's made of matter. You're made of matter. My beaky nose is made of matter. And even the air that I'm breathing is made of matter. Now, there are three types of matter. The first type of matter is a solid. The second type of matter are liquids. And the third type of matter are gases. Now, I'm going to put up some examples of each one for you next to me. Now, first of all, an example of a solid would be a wall. It's hard, it's rigid. I touch it, it doesn't change shape. An example of a liquid is water. I touch it, it does change shape, but I can feel it. An example of a gas is air. It does change shape when I put my hands through it, but I can't necessarily feel it that easily. Cool. Let's talk about matter in a little bit more detail. So, all the types of matter have different properties and characteristics to each other. Now, before I talk about that in a little bit more detail, I do want to bring to your attention that there is a fourth type of matter, which is plasma. Now, we're not going to talk about plasma today, basically because it's a little bit hard to observe. Okay, cool. So just so you're aware of that. Now, let's have a look at our three states of matter that we will be looking at today in this table next to me here. So, a solid, for example, a pen. It's rigid, it's hard, it doesn't change shape that easily, okay? That is a solid, okay? A liquid, like my coffee or your orange juice, when you touch it, it does change shape and you can feel it, okay? So liquids do change shape and you can feel it, and you can pour them normally as well, okay? A gas. Now, a gas is not rigid either. It's soft. You can put your hands through it and it changes shape, like air. But interesting enough, you can't feel it that easily. And the other interesting characteristic of a gas is that you can squash it so that it takes up less of an area than it originally had or originally did. Okay, so that's interesting, isn't it? Okay, let's keep going. We're going to talk about your activity now. The first thing we're going to talk about is actually what you need to do your activity today. Let's go. So first of all, you will need a little plain flour. You'll also need 3 cups of self-raising flour, 80 grams of butter. You'll also need 1 to 1 1/4 cups of milk, jam, whipped cream. Whoa, I'm getting hungry now. And also an oven and a baking tray. And I've included a picture on the screen to help you out as well. Let's go to step number 1. So step number 1 to do your activity today. Before I talk about this, I do want to give you a warning. Please, before you do this activity today, guys, make sure you've got an adult with you, as you will be dealing with heat and fire, and that could cause burns. So I don't want you to get burnt, so please make sure you get an adult for this activity today. So our first step, preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Put the self-raising flour into a bowl. Now, let's talk about a question. What state of matter is in the oven? Or more specifically, what state of matter is the air in the oven? I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. Is it a liquid, gas, or solid? Go. Okay, the air in the oven, you can put your hand through, but you can't feel it, can you, that well? So in this case, if you answered that the air in the oven is a gas, you are correct. Well done. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to have questions like that. So, yeah, good luck with the answers. Cool. Step number 2. Using your fingers, rub the butter into the flour until the mixture resembles breadcrumbs. You can see a picture on the screen of how my mixture ended up exactly like that, turning into something similar to breadcrumbs. What is our matter question? What state of matter was the flour? Was it liquid, solid, or gas? I'll give you a bit of time. Well, the flour, if you get it in between your fingers and rub it, okay, it does feel a little bit hard, okay? So if you answered that the flour is a solid, you were correct. Well done. On to step number 3. Step number 3. Make a well or a small basin in the center of your mixture. Now your mixture is the butter and the flour mixture you've already made and looks something like breadcrumbs. Add 1 cup of milk, mix with a flat bladed knife until the mixture forms a soft dough, adding more milk if you need to. Turn the mixture onto a lightly floured surface. Knead the dough gently until it's smooth. Now, there's a bit of a secret here. Don't over knead the dough, because the more you knead it, the tougher the scones will become when you cook them. And you could turn out making something not like a scone, but like a brick. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at our matter question. What state of matter was the milk? Was it a liquid, solid, or gas? I'll give you a bit of time. Well, the milk, you can touch it. It changes its shape when you touch it. Okay, so if you answered liquid, you're correct. Well done. On to step number 4. Okay. Lightly dust a flat baking tray with I can't speak properly, with plain flour. Okay, so you do this basically to make sure that your scones don't stick to the tray when you get them out of the oven. Now, what state of matter was the baking tray? Was it solid, liquid, or gas? I'll give you some time. Now, a baking tray is actually hard, and if you touch it, it doesn't change shape. So if you answered solid, well done. Good job. On to step number 5. Now, as you can see by the picture here, step number 5 is our last step. So here we go. So, pat the dough into a 2 centimeter thick pizza shape, okay? Using a 5 centimeter in diameter round cutter, something like a cup would work really well. Cut out 12 rounds. Okay, so I did this and my cup was a little bit bigger than 5 centimeters. It was probably around about 7 or 8. So I only got around about, 8 or 9, scones cut out. Press the dough together and cut out the remaining 4 rounds. So any dough that you've got left over, make some more scones from that. Place the scones onto the prepared baking tray, 1 centimeter apart. Sprinkle tops with a little plain flour. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until golden and well risen. Transfer to a wire rack. Serve warm with jam and cream. Oh. As you can see, I'm very happy in that picture there on the screen, and they were delicious. But anyway, let's go to our matter question. What state of matter are the cooked scones? I'll give you a little bit of time. Were they liquid, solid, or gas? Well, the scones are a little bit rigid. So they are, and you can touch them, so they are, hopefully the answer will pop up, a solid. So well done if you answered that. Let's go to our next slide. I just wanted to show you a few of the funny photos that I took, or my wife took when I was doing this. As you can see, the first one, under the word other, that's me with all of my cutout dough scones. And I've even made a special scone in the letter K. So that was pretty cool for Mr. K, of course. Hey! And then the best part to making scones, or actually any baking in the kitchen with mum or dad or grandma or grandpa, is always licking the spoon, or in this case, licking the whisker or the beater. Yeah, cool. Okay. So, should be a bit of fun doing this activity. Okay, so finally, in summary, remember this. Everything is made of matter. My nose, the hair, my hair, your hair, everything is made of matter. The air we breathe is made of matter. There are 3 basic states of matter, and they are liquid, solid, and gas, and they all have different properties and characteristics. Awesome. Okay, well, listen, thanks very much for tuning in today. I hope you learned a little bit of science, but also learned the fact that everywhere there is science, like there is matter. Okay, great. Excellent. Thanks, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you've enjoyed the content or you just want to show your support, please just click the subscribe button down below. You hitting the subscribe button lets me know that you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.